Probably none of us like confrontation, but when confrontation is for the purpose of making things better, it can be a very positive thing. We know that Peter, just before Jesus' crucifixion, had denied him 3 times. When we come to John 21, verse 15, we find Jesus now asking Peter 3 times, Peter, do you love me? Sometimes there's different things said about different words that are used for love. They all come out as Love in our English Bibles, but they're different in the original. I'm not sure if there's a huge impact of that in the original language, but it seems to be more than that. It seems to be that it's the number of times Jesus asked Peter. Peter had denied him 3 times, and now Jesus will give Peter the same number of opportunities, 3, to affirm that he loves him. And I think Peter's probably a little uncomfortable here because he knows what he's done. There's some embarrassment, there's some shame. Things need to be straightened up and cleared up. But there's also the fact that Peter is having to deal with his emotions on this occasion, and he's struggling a little bit because the 3rd time Jesus asks, it says Peter was grieved because he asked him the 3rd time. But I do want you to notice that all 3 times Peter does say, yes, Lord, I love you. And he affirms 3 times that he loves him, just like he had denied him 3 times. And now he does the opposite so much better. And Jesus is also doing this for another reason, because once Peter affirms that the 3rd time, he says, Peter, you know, right now you're young and you dress yourself and you go where you want to go and you do what you want to do, but one day you're going to be old and you'll stretch out your hands. Someone else will dress you and someone else will take you where you don't want to go. And John's inspired comment on that is this statement by Jesus was to signify by what death Peter would glorify God. He was going to be killed not of his own volition. He was going to be killed by someone else. He wasn't going to die a natural death. You see, Jesus had to establish, and Peter had to establish in his mind, yes, Lord, I love you. I love you enough to die for you. Peter had to know, and Peter had to be sure that he loved Jesus more than he loved himself. You and I need the same.